Okay, good afternoon and welcome to Shulchan Aruch Yomi. We are finishing Hilchos Tzitzis. This is really spectacular. This is basically the second body of halachos. We're going to finish. We finished the halachos about getting up in the morning, Shkamas HaBoker, and now we are concluding finally after a couple of weeks Hilchos Tzitzis. This is a very exciting and momentous occasion. I want to tell my audience that I've decided on some new protocol over here. Um, as per advice from my friend David, he said, "Come on, you want to be president? You can't walk around with just a white shirt. You gotta wear a suit, maybe a tie." So we're gonna be upping the ante a little bit. I said, listen, I'm not a rabbi. As you know from this year, I don't give up psak halacha. I refer you to your local rabbi. I don't give up psak halacha. I give you my reaction, my opinion, but I don't give you a psak halacha. He said, tell it like it is, Ben Sion. You are a rabbi. So, at the end of the day, I am a rabbi. There's no other person in the world who could disseminate Torah like this if they weren't a rabbi. Technically, I'm not a rabbi, but there are a lot of people out there like me that don't have smicha. I mean, what is the validity of smicha anyway? Is there any source for the smicha given out nowadays? You can just learn a little bit of Yoredea about Basar V'chalav, and then you become a rabbi, you can answer any shilas in all of Shulchan Aruch. I mean, obviously it doesn't make you qualified to answer all the shilas in Shulchan Aruch. How does that make you a rabbi? So I guess no one's a rabbi. Anyone who says they're a rabbi, there's not too many real rabbis out there. So if anyone's a rabbi, I'm a rabbi. I know most of Shas and the poskim and everything in between, and I can give you a chidushim about them. So tomorrow we're going to be starting. I'll put on a jacket, and also I applied to go live streaming. YouTube says it takes 24 hours to activate that feature, so I am going to work on doing my shiurim, as many as I can, on a live stream, and hopefully get a live audience, which would make it more exciting for me, and I think for other people also. I think it'll be great. So tell me if you would like that in the comments below. I'm going to get the word out there. As my friend David said, he said, in a couple of years, he says, you're going to have 50, 60,000 people listening to Shiurim. I said, that's it. Much more. You know. I said, David, they're not ready for me. Anachnu muchanim, he said. He said, Anachnu muchanim. If you know what that song is, Uri Davidi. Anachnu muchanim, we're ready for Mashiach. They're ready for me. All right, let's start. Chav Daled, the last simon in Shulchan Aruch, in Hilchos Tzitzis. Chav Daled, Hanagas Levisha Tzitzis Schar V'Ansha. Today we're going to learn about. Technically, you don't have to wear tzitzis, like I said many times, but there's certain things that you get extra schar for wearing them, extra reward. If you made Adam Lovish Talsbas Arba Knavas, I have tzitzis, like we said many times. It's a chovas hagafer. It's not a chovas hamana. It's not a chova on the beged. It's a chova on a person wearing them on the levisha. I explained many times in the Ian portion that there actually is a chiyuv on the chefsa. That would be what we call our talis katan. That's the reason you make a bracha. There's two different brachas. Lehitate b'sitis is talking about the levisha. Al mitzvah sitis is talking about having a beged of yours adorned with fringes. I actually did find support to this. I thought it was a Gemara in Sukkah on Daf Mem Vav. It's quoted in the Rush, actually related to the Gemara on Sukkah Daf Mem Vav. He does say this. He quotes a Yerushalmi that says that the bracha you make bracha da Hashem Elokeinu Olam lasso tzitzis. On the asiyah of the tzitzis, right? The asiyah of the tzitzis, it's not when you're wearing them, right? Lasos mitzvah tzitzis or something like that, or lasos mitzvah tzitzis. We condense that. We say al mitzvah tzitzis. I'll explain that maybe in the Ian portion of the shir, but the mitzvah is also a chovas on the mana. I said this. I got to explain many times. There's two different mitzvahs in tzitzis. One is the mitzvah. One is the mitzvah to wrap yourself in a talis, to a blanket with fringes, and one is underwear. If you missed it, the Ian Shiurim, you're probably wondering what the heck is he saying. But If you listen to some of the Shiurim, you know my understanding of Tzitzis is very contemporary and very relatable to everyday life. V'tov and Nachon, the Shulchan Aruch says, "Lios kol adam zor lilbosh talis katan kol hayom." You should wear your talis katan the whole day, but not at night. He says kol hayom, not the entire night. At night, everyone's makbid to wear at night, and now Reese is supposed to wear when you go to sleep. Because you should remember the mitzvah. Now, it doesn't say Schartem is kol mitzvah, so Hashem says in Parshas Tzitzis. I don't know where the Shulchan Aruch is. You should remember the mitzvah. Each one of the fringes has 5 knots, corresponding to the 5 chumashim of the Torah, arba kanafayim, and 4 corners, right? Shechol sad yifnei yiskor, any side, any direction you go, east, west, south, north. You remember the mitzvah. Yacham lav shalmu alam al bushim. Again, the Shulchan Aruch reiterates what he said earlier in Siman Ches. You're supposed to wear the talis katan on the outside of your began like the Chasidim. That's the best thing. The Facha Yizar Sheyeh Lava Shitzis B'Shas Tefillah. He says, Bid Yevet, at least you should wear your tzitzis while you're davening. This is a makor in the Ari. He brings from the Zohar, not the Ari, the Zohar. The Zohar says that it's the man say to sheker on yourself that you're reading the parsha of tzitzis, you're not wearing tzitzis, right? So I guess it would only apply to Shacharis, because Mariv is not Laila Lazman tzitzis, and Mincha you don't say the parsha of tzitzis, so maybe it only means B'Shas Tefillah in the morning. Beis Mitzvah Echad HaTzitzis B'Yad Small is supposed to hold the tzitzis in your left hand. Keneged libo b'shas kriya shema. I guess like hold it over here next to your heart. Remez l'dar yodrim ha'ila al levavecha. These things should be on your heart. Now, obviously, the pasuk in Kriya Shema is talking about the Torah. It's not talking about your tzitzis, but it says tzitzis at the end of Kriya Shema, so therefore somehow it's relevant to the beginning of Shema. I'm not sure. Gimel totally stack of tzitzis b'shas hatifach shema varach. When you put them on, you should look at your tzitzis while you're putting it on, while you're wrapping it around. Right, you put it on. Put it around your head. Anyone put talis gadol on, you do this complex wrapping. I don't know where that comes from. Make sure, even though your head is covered with a talis, to somehow see the tzitzis also. Maybe you should put on some like see-through glasses, like Superman. You can see through walls. I think he means before you make the bracha, you should look at it. Also, when you're in the Parshas Kriya Shema, it's a reason also, you should look at your tzitzis. Right? Obviously, reason also, or some it should be, not so, but you should put it on your eyes. Put it on your eyes. It's a good minhag, and it's chibubi mitzvah. It endears the mitzvah to you. You should kiss them. The intent of all of this is to endear the mitzvah to yourself, to make you love the mitzvah. So you should kiss them. That's why the people have a minute to kiss their tefillin when they put them away. Kiss a mezuzah when you pass by. Everything is just a mezuzah you kiss. No, right? For people, I believe the Mishnah Berurah actually says that when you eat your matzah, or eating your matzah on Pesach, you should kiss the matzah, kiss your sukkah, kiss your lulav. You should be sure to kiss. What other mitzvahs are that you can kiss? You kiss your friend on the hand. Like the Svardim, a sign of respect. Don't kiss him on the lips. That's a man. It's a woman. You're probably asked her to do that. What else can you kiss? I don't know. When you learn Torah, you can kiss the Sefer, right? In the morning, I saw this person this morning. He walked into the base medrash. He took out his Gemara. He opened up every single daf. He turned every single page in the Gemara and he kissed the daf. He kissed it 3 times. One in the Gemara, one Rashi, one in Tosfos. And he explained to me after that even though there's Tosfos Yeshanim, and sometimes there's other Mefarshim like Rabbi Kiva Eger, the Beragola, he feels like he's not sliding their honor because he says 3 is the Avos. We only have Avram, Yisrael, and Yaakov, so you can only kiss it 3 times. Otherwise, it's you're mezalzel in the Avos, and it shows that you're feministic characteristics. You kiss it 4 times. It shows you side with the Imos over the Avos, and you're a man, so you have to side with the Avos over the Imos. So this is what he did. He kissed every single daf in the Gemara, but then he realized it was the wrong Gemara. It was his friend's Gemara. So he had to open its own Gemara, and he had to kiss every single daf again 3 times on every page. It was quite astounding. By the time he was finished counting, he had to drink his coffee. It was getting cold, and he had to leave. So he ended up didn't even learn anything, but he was machaber in this. I'm joking. It's all a joke. I hope you could appreciate my jokes. I will wear the jacket, but I will make jokes, and I will make more jokes. So, that if a rabbi can make jokes, then I guess it's okay. All right. Hey, when you look at your tzitzis, like we mentioned before the brachas wants to look at them, you should look at the two front ones. They have 10 knots. Remember, is the havayos. Havayos here means the spheros, right? If you know from Sukkot, or you'll ever seen one of these Kabbalah books, they have the Chachma Bina Vadas, and the brain has three spheros, and then there's seven spheros comprising the body. Malchus, Yesod, Hoda, I forgot, I don't know, and Spheros Omer, I don't know what these things are. Some other related to Judaism, I'm not sure how. And then there's 16 strings, and the two one in front of you have 16 strings and 10 knots, right? Each one has 5 knots. All above. We did a gematria over here. You have Yud K, Vav K, which is 26. So you look down your two sitzes in front. Obviously, don't look at the two ones in back. If you see the two ones in back, then you're just mevatel the mitzvah and you're chayiv midoraisa skila. But Vav gadol onish and mevatel mitzvah sitzes v'alav nemar lechos bekanfos haaretz. It's a terrible avera. I believe he means to wear a four-corner bag and not put on tzitzis. It says you have to hold on to the kanfos haaretz. Azar mitzvah tzitzis zilcha rapnei ashchina. The source for this, he quotes a Gemara here, the Baragol, actually, Menachos Mem Gimel, is actually from the Gemara. He says someone who's careful in mitzvah tzitzis is going to see the Pnei Ashchina. What does it mean to say Pnei Ashchina? And that's up for you to decide. Do you want to see the Shechina? Do you not want to see the Shechina? Sounds like a good thing. Stay tuned for Ian Shulchan Aruch. We'll talk more about the details of the specific reward and the love that you should have for your tzitzis. See you there. Bye.